Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So growing up, I absolutely hated reading. I never understood why people would enjoy reading. In fact, when I was younger, all my sisters would love to read the Harry Potter series, and I would much rather watch the movies. And then in school, my teacher would, for example, make us read Macbeth, and I would use Spark Notes to look for the chapter summaries. To now, I almost average one book a month in the last year. So you might be wondering what changed. How did I go from hating it to starting to see all the benefits to it and reading one book a month? To be honest, I really started to see the benefits of reading. In this video, I'm going to be sharing 4 benefits of reading that really got me excited to read again. Before I jump right into it, make sure you smash the like button. Let's jump right into benefit number 1. Okay, so benefit number 1 is that you can download life years of experience. So personally, I've took notice of biography books, and that's because the author has essentially lived through 20, 30 years of their craft, their experience, and they're sharing it all in a bundled book. You know, originally, when I thought about it, I'm like, man, reading takes so much time. It takes hours and hours. But if you really think about it, these guys spent so many years and they're crafting it all in a book. So you have to understand, sure, this book is gonna take you a few hours to read, but recognize that a few hours in the trade-off to years and years and years of hardships, struggles, and you know, once I started seeing that, I thought this was a big no-brainer. Why wouldn't anyone want to read a book that's a condensed version and has all the experience without the dangers, the struggles, the pain? And the big advantage of this is that you can learn from their experience. Learn what went wrong, learn what went right, learn through their hardship so that way you can apply components that they've experienced into your own life so that you can really benefit whatever area of life that you're looking to tackle. For example, I'm currently reading Barack Obama's Promised Land book, and this book is 850 pages. It's crazy. But you want to think of it in this standpoint. Barack Obama went through a lot to become presidency, and he's telling how he came about it and even his tenure in office, and he's compacting it all in a book. So what I like to tell myself is, if I can spend 30 minutes a day just reading, think about all the wisdom that I can gain from it. So the second benefit that I have for you guys is that books can change your viewpoint or your perspective of how you see the world. For example, have you ever felt in a slump or you felt lost? And in your mindset, you feel like you're the only person that's dealing with your current situation. And then you read a book and you're often taken back, shocked, surprised about reading that someone else has been in that situation and they're sharing how they got out of it. So that got me interested. So I went online and I stumbled upon an article by the Hindustan Times, and this is what they had to say about reading. What you read has a great impact on your personality. Reading books allows people to see things from other points of view, which makes them better able to understand others. And that's the power of changing books. You have the ability to change your viewpoint. To be honest, I'll be transparent. I don't do much actual book, novel, hard copy reading. Oftentimes I'm listening to audiobooks. And I cry every single time I look at my monthly recurring charge on my credit card to be $15. But the reason why I keep this is that I'm just looking for one book, one idea within a book that can really change the way I see the world. And in my mindset, if it's just one idea and I pay $10 to $15, that's worth it for me personally. Another good thing about changing your perspective of books is that maybe you just live in a small town or your closest friends are just limited in their way of thinking. Books enable you to really expand your horizon. It doesn't matter what environment you're in. By reading a book, you're no longer constrained to what you have in your environment. You're not constrained to the resources or your friend group or just any other people, because the book that you're reading contains knowledge from other individuals, other perspectives, and if that just flickers a light switch or a light bulb in your mindset, that's winning in my mind. The third benefit about reading books is one that I'm confident you've heard before, and that is knowledge is power. And books especially are filled with knowledge. But I know, some of you that are watching this right now are thinking,
but Frank, if power is knowledge and books are filled with knowledge, then why don't I just read a boring textbook?
Well, you could, but I like to read books that I have already established some sort of interest within the book. That way you can really build components of the books into your life because you already have some sort of interest in it. I truly believe the more knowledgeable you are in life, the better position you are in succeeding in the world. One important thing is that you must remember to apply all your knowledge and put that into action. For example, you can learn all about stocks, but it's not until you put your money on GameStop that you'll see any benefits. Okay, I'm just kidding, but you get what I mean. So use this to your advantage. Books are your competitive advantage. Think about it in the work world. Bosses, CEOs are paying their employers thousands and thousands of dollars to be knowledgeable in a specific area. So the takeaway here is expand your knowledge, use it to your advantage, and make Joe Ravy money. And finally, last but not least, reading really works out your brain. Similar to how running gets you into shape, reading very well enhances your memory, your focus, and your ability to critically think. So this in turn got me interested, and I found on the web another interesting fact. According to a study at the Fisher Center for Alzheimer's Research Foundation, mental stimulation like reading can help protect memory and thinking skills, especially with age. And I wanted to just bring up one thing. I noticed in our society, there's way too much emphasis on appearance, physique, and not enough about maybe mental gains. Especially in the news over the last year. I really feel there's a lot of people that can benefit from reading some books. And fun fact, I personally listen to audiobooks when I'm going out for an actual run outside. Like I mentioned in my previous video on how to run a mile, personally, I tend to bundle my runs with reading a book. So that way I'm kind of getting that 2-for-1 where I'm working out my body by literally running, and I'm stimulating my mind by listening to an audiobook. Disclaimer, I am not sponsored in no way, shape, or form. I'm just giving you real life things that you can apply in your real world. So let's make mental games the new trend for the new year. So this now brings us to the conclusion, and I just want to do a quick summary of the 4 benefits. Benefit number 1, you can download life years of experience through reading a book and converting those years into hours. Benefit number 2 is changing your perspective for the better. Look for one idea in the book that can spark a new perspective how you see the world. Benefit number 3 is that knowledge is power. Use this as your competitive advantage. Benefit number 4 is that it works out your brain so that you can not only work on your physique, but also in your mental gains. Look guys, I know the video was quite long, but if there's one thing that you can take out of this video is that you should try just reading 30 minutes a day. Just try it, 30 minutes a day. And I like to do this in the morning because in the morning your mindset's kind of foggy, you're just waking up. So I like to tie it with reading because I'm slowly getting up anyhow. And I promise, this will pay tenfold. Could multiply it by the number of days, the weeks, the month, and the year, and think about all the knowledge that you consume from simply dedicating 30 minutes every single day. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys all in my next